More Big 12 action here with the Texas Tech Red Raiders taking on newcomer BYU. It's fun to have BYU in this conference so far. Texas Tech on the road here, a 4.5-point favorite in this one against the Cougs. And we'll take a look here at 371, 372, where this one opened Texas Tech a 2-point favorite when we were on the opening line report. This total opened 51.5 and dipped down to 51, but has since seen movement to the over here now at 52.5. And, well, I'm not sure I get it, quite frankly. And the move, like I said, Texas Tech opened -2 here, and now they're up to 4.5. And that also has me a bit perplexed. So, in this one, let's see here. Oh, I see your comments already starting to roll in here a little bit. Thomas says he's going to take on BYU. He's going to take BYU here in this one. And Reza asking about, we'll come back to that, Reza. We did talk about the hockey game. I don't want to lose you here at this part of my football picks. But if you scroll back probably about, an hour, an hour or so, the Ottawa game, we talked about it. All right, just continuing on here with this matchup with Texas Tech here and BYU. Tech comes in with a 3-4 record, 1-2 on the road. BYU 4-2. They've won all 3 of their home games so far. BYU has gone 5-1 to the over so far this season, and going over in these conference games as well currently. Last week was an over against TCU, barely. They got blown out of that game. TCU won it 44-11 as just a 5-point favorite. Now BYU did win and cover against Cincinnati at home, 35-27. They also lost at KU and won at Arkansas. They've also beaten Sam, has BYU 14-0. So we talk about some of those Sam woes. First meeting between these two clubs, Texas Tech comes in off of the loss at home against Kansas State. Now, a lot of people say, I thought Kansas State was a pretty popular play from handicappers last week. It seemed like they really thought that the way that the Kansas State program is, maybe the slight decline here we've seen with Texas Tech, and they've had injuries at quarterback and Slovis. Well, what can you say? He's done an okay job for the Cougars. 1,400 yards, 10 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, and we know that Texas Tech has had problems with interceptions so far this season. As a team, they've had 16 touchdowns and 9 interceptions. So it hasn't been perfectly clean here, but BYU usually their spread record at home pretty bad of late. They've covered just 2 of their last 9 home games, but usually they're favored. And if I'm getting BYU as an underdog, I'm interested. That's my pick. Going to take BYU here against Texas Tech. They're getting 4 points as a home dog. I mean, like I said, Texas Tech coming off pretty bad. Not, they lost to Kansas State. There's nothing wrong with that, but they lost to them by 17 points. The game was practically a pickup. So yeah, I know they beat Baylor on the road. We know Baylor's down. That was a good performance for Texas Tech, no doubt about it. They were favored by 2.5 and won it. But maybe you could equate it. They did play at West Virginia, lost a low scoring game here. So I know this total's in the 50s, man, but I'm not so sure, to be honest with you, about getting to 50 points in this game. Uh, you know, now like I said, BYU's gone over in every game, but I think this one could maybe be a little bit more difficult. And if anything, BYU was going over a little bit last year, especially but again, different year maybe there. Texas Tech, 3-4 to the under, but the picks on BYU. Let's take the Cougars in this one plus the points. Yeah. I don't know, Thomas, if it was, you're going up against Kansas State is still all that. Yeah, they had a slip up a couple weeks, like when everyone was trying to say, don't forget about Kansas State. They still have a great program. It's not all about when Snyder was there. They have a coach that really just, you know, uh, kept it moving with Kansas State, and they lost a game that everybody was expecting them to, be Kansas State, and so I don't think anybody's jumping out the bandwagon with Kansas State. But all right,